We want to hear from you. We need to hear from you. No officials means no games. No stripes means no stars. And what kind of America would that be? Georgia needs more high school officials. Go to highschoolofficials.com to sign up or learn more. That's highschoolofficials.com.
You are tuned into WWWE AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
So, you're a philosopher?
Yes, 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 yes.
This is Thoughts and Moments. Hey, it's your boy Silly Thoughts, the Prince of Petty.
And I'm Joy, also known as Joyride. I provide the moments to make your life better.
We're here weekly to provide the latest news, trending topics, and edutainment.
We will engage, entertain, and inform, but we keep it real and we keep it fun.
So whether you're riding in these streets or podcast surfing with your peeps, this is a show you don't want to miss.
Every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Real 1100 AM. And guess what? It's 5 p.m., so let's go.
Hey, it is your boy Silly Thoughts, and you are listening to Thoughts and Moments Radio right here on the Real 1100 AM. I am so excited to be here. I feel like I've been coming to America. I'm very happy to be here.
Yes.
And
We're not doing that today.
We're not doing that. We only have an hour, so here we go. And that voice that you heard, that lovely voice that you heard, is my co-host, Joyride.
Hello, Radio Land. So nice to be here. I'm excited. We are attempting at this moment to go live on Facebook. So follow Ellis or follow Thoughts and Moments Radio on Facebook. We're also going live from our new Instagram account, which is Thoughts and Moments Radio.
Yes.
So if you go to Instagram, you will probably be looking at my nose for a moment. I'm trying to work it out. But if you go live on Facebook, that's probably where the chat is going to be. So pick one and let's get started.
Wow, well, we have a jam-packed show today. Just got to give you a quick rundown of what we're going to be talking about today. Of course, we have to do coronavirus status update here in what's going on with the pandemic. We're going to talk about DNice and how he broke the internet. We've got some pros and cons about the coronavirus. There have been some pros and some cons associated with that. And we're also going to talk about what's next for America. That's on the first half of the show. And then the second half of the show, because the NCAA is not having March Madness as a result of the pandemic, we decided to have our own March Madness here this week. But we're going to do the Burger Beatdown. And if you have been following us on our personal or on our show page, thank you all for those that are liking the show page. We're almost at 200 now in just 2 days. So that's very, very excited about that.
Yep.
We put our chart, 16 teams, our Sweet 16 for the Burger Beatdown. And so we've already got some responses on Instagram. We've got some responses on Facebook.
We've gotten a lot of people saying, what about this? What about that? Hey, man, look, we had 16 spots. And we put together the best of what we could come up with. And I deeply regret insert your name here who didn't get insert restaurant there. Because we tried to get everything, but we missed a few.
So 5 Guys, we apologize.
Yes, right. 5 Guys. Especially there was a bacon double cheeseburger. If you are interested and you want to waste 5 minutes of your life, go on YouTube and look up 5 Guys bacon double cheeseburger review.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Yes. So... again, we do apologize for not being able to fit all your favorite burger shops in the Burger Beatdown bracket, but we're going to have some fun with that. So if you're in the chat room, send in your votes. The charts around there, you can find it. Send in your votes. We have some votes that were sent in early, and then we're just going to have a little fun with it, and that's going to be the second half part of the show.
Before we do, I want to give a special shout out to our mentor, Mr. Larry Stewart, who has warned me that if he does not get a shout, he will burn this place to the ground. So shout out to Larry Stewart, a.k.a. Larry Love. Good to see you in the house. We surely appreciate you, my friend.
Love, we appreciate you. You actually, Larry, you could always say you kicked off my radio career.
Right.
Because you started years ago with the 3 Degrees show. Golly, it's almost 10 years now ago with that. And then that got me, the bug got bit. I got bit by the bug then. And this is officially my 4th show coming through after starting with the 3 Degrees. So shout out to Larry. And I see you in the chat room, so we're giving you your props right now, Larry. So I hope you heard it. We have satisfied that requirement from you.
Yes.
So before we get into our main topics, or for our first half topics, how have you been surviving in this kind of social distancing?
Bro, look at my hair. I had a perm a week ago. That's what happens. No, I'm kidding. It's been okay. So for me, I'm an introvert. So I love to be in the spotlight until I want to go home, and then I want to go home. I don't answer the phone. I watch Netflix in my pajamas, and everybody's getting a taste of my life right now. So for me, it's not that big of a deal. But I will say, just being conscious of not touching other people, because I'm a hugger. So it's been a whole lot of false starts for that first week. Like, hey, no, not you. No, we're not touching. No touching. But between feeling like I volunteered as tribute to go to the grocery store, like, hey, you going to the store, pick me up, XYZ. I am not DoorDash. I don't know why I got picked, but and I will tell you this quick story. I woke up the other morning. I've been holed up with my quarantine babe for a few days. I woke up the other morning and my throat was a little sore. And I spent 2 hours laying in the bed next to this man trying to figure out how to tell him I had killed him. Like, I was so like, oh my God, what is it me? Did I catch it? How did I catch it? What did I do? What did I do? Where did I go? And then he woke up and he was like, calm down, because sore throat is not a symptom. And it's probably because you fell asleep with the fan on when I told you to turn it off. And because you kicked the sheets off, I was like, oh yeah. Or that part. So turns out I don't have anything, and allergy season is upon us. Yeah, and that's part of the issue. I had the same issue. I woke up one morning, I had a sore throat, and I started freaking out. And then I have bad seasonal allergies, and so I'm sniffing and coughing and all that stuff that comes with rubbing my eyes, and so which you're not supposed to do. So that has been a challenge. The other challenge has been coronavirus social distancing has caused spring cleaning to happen real quick in my household. I mean, I'm in closets, I'm in deep, pulling stuff out, all this. So, the missus is loving it. She's like, oh yeah, I'm up moving stuff around. I'm in the closets, I'm in the garage, I'm doing my thing. So this is a great time to do that thing you always said you were going to do that you didn't have time to do. Exactly. You got time now. So clean the garage, straighten up the books. I'm going to pray that y'all are with somebody that you can stand being with, 20 to 24 hours a day. Because if you aren't, there might be a few divorces that come out of this. But you know what? I'm going to give you our first moment, a little moment of a life hack right here. You don't have to be in the house for 24 hours a day. You can leave the house. Just don't touch nothing. It's like going to the store with your mama. Don't touch nothing. You don't want nothing. and just keep your hands to yourself when you go outside. You can go for a walk. You can take your dog for a walk. You can go walking with your kids if you haven't murdered them yet. Right. And get out, get some fresh air. Definitely get some sunlight, because we're going to all be vitamin D deficient in a month. Yeah. So thankfully we got that melanin skin, so we can trap that sun. You too. Still. Okay, well, I'm very happy to be here, and this is our inaugural show, so hopefully there will be more of these. So first up, what's the latest on where we are with this pandemic? There's a lot of conflicting reports. We saw Dr. Fauci, then he disappeared, and now he's back. So where are we in terms of coronavirus in these states? So as far as I know, in the state of Georgia, I think we're up over 1,300 cases confirmed. I know there were 102 in Fulton County, and I think there were over, I want to say, in the range of 40-something deaths at the moment. Miles Simmons, I see you in the Instagram chat. Can you pull those stats for me? Because I know you had them earlier. But that's one of the things that has been concerning people, is that it's all over the state of Georgia. When I saw the graphic, there was not a single county that didn't have at least one case. So the pandemic is upon us. It is. And the last night I saw that right now nationwide we're at about 65,000 confirmed. That number probably is much higher because they're not testing at a rate that's commensurate with the amount of population that we have. We broke over 1,000 confirmed deaths as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. And so it is still very, very serious. So yes, I know there's been some concerns expressed in the chat room about us not being social distancing, but let me tell you something. We have
taking full precautions.
I don't even like you like that. So.
For this, hosing down this our radio room. We're taking everything. So
let me tell you something about one silly thoughts. So I'm walking in the building. He's about 30 feet ahead of me, and I was like, "Hey," and he's like, "Hey." Open the door, walk right on in. We ain't holding doors for nobody.
Nope.
Ain't nobody touching nothing. Anybody else touch? I grabbed it with my shirt just to make sure. So yeah, we're doing our best to maintain. And it's a skeleton crew in the radio studio right now.
Yes. So we're down just the two of us and the producer, and we are fully. And I've got my Clorox wipes. Y'all can't see them, but I do have my Clorox wipes, so I'll be wiping everything down going forward. So that's where we are. I know there's probably some more information that you might be looking for, but that's kind of a summary of where we are. Social distancing is still in effect. There are some states that have really locked it down. New York, California, Washington State has locked things down. Other states, the governors are seeing. The city of Atlanta, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms here has locked things down, basically given a stay-home order. Even though I see a lot of cars, I see a lot of people just moving around. So still just be careful. Know who you're associated with. Know who you're around. Mm-hmm. I'm a little disturbed when I go to the grocery store if I have to pick up something where people are kind of cavalier and in each other's space and having conversations and
don't talk to me.
Get in, get out. Get in, get out. Treat this,
because people spit when they talk. So
yes,
I'm gonna need you to bag back.
I'm gonna need you to get off your phone because you're spitting on your phone because you just walk around the store spreading your germs. I'm like. Get it together,
I
folks.
took my Lysol with me to the store. I sprayed everything I touched. And then when I brought everything back, it all stayed by the door until I could, decontaminate whatever was in there. And I took a shower, and then I moved around my house. So that's another thing that they're suggesting.
And that's why I'm not worried about being in this. She might burn these clothes.
I don't really need this shirt.
So that's where we are. So just continue to stay safe. That's kind of been the phrase of the pandemic. Just stay safe and check on your loved ones to make sure that they are safe. Because we're going to talk about something a little bit later on the show. We've got some people that have hit close to home, and so there's that. So before we move on to our next topic, let's go ahead and take our first break of the show. The show is long enough. We're going to have a couple of breaks. So Greg, take us to a break, and you are listening to Thoughts and Moments right here on the Real 1100 AM.
Kids follow your lead. Help them stay healthy. Wash your hands. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth. And cover coughs and sneezes. Clean and disinfect the objects you touch often, like your phone, the remote, and doorknobs. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. And if you're the one who's sick, stay home. This station is part of the Beasley Best Community of Caring, and we care about your family. For more info, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Cause I'm all white, man.
Hey, we are back, and you're listening to the Thoughts and Moments right here on the Real 1100 AM, and we are wiping everything down. Hey! Good call on that, Greg. Nice pull on the bumper music.
So something else I want to make notice of. You may have heard me give a little. So it is March.
Yes.
It is allergy season.
Yes.
There is pollen all over my car. My car is more yellow than I am. Right? So the little tickle, I promise, I am not infecting anyone. It's just, seasonal allergies. So I read a meme that says seasonal allergies are going to be the Salem witch trials of this coronavirus. Because anytime somebody coughs,
you're going to need a doctor's note.
I know.
I'm going to need a doctor's note. For real.
Right.
I'm going to need you to have some Zyrtec on you or something.
Well, okay. So
some proof.
Just burn all that when we leave.
But I can't burn that. We'll talk about that a little later. All right, so second up. So we thought we'd have a little fun with what's going on with coronavirus. And and I've seen, I don't know if you've seen some of these songs that people have put together. There have been dance routines. I'm telling you, black folks, y'all are hilarious because y'all would turn anything to a comedy show. I'm like, y'all have taken social distancing and have become creative with it. Like somebody did the whole Contagious song with R. Kelly and Mr. Big. That was hilarious. So y'all go find that. There have been original songs done with videos. So just go check those out. If you just go on YouTube and put in coronavirus song, and there's going to be about 3 or 4 that's going to pop up, and they have been hilarious. So we decided.
Now I will say this: please do not take the very much needed masks and gloves and coveralls to do your little videos. To wrap yourself in paper towels and toilet paper or whatever, but don't be taking the gloves, because I did see a couple of videos where somebody was in a hazmat suit, and I'm like, somebody really needs that, because that stuff is at a shortage. So just being real for a second, don't be playing with the gloves and the masks, okay? Right.
You wasted them to shoot your videos.
Right.
So we decided to have a little fun. So we said, what are some of the pros and cons of social distancing? So we're going to start with some of the pros. So I'll start up. If somebody owes you money,
they at home.
They home. So you can go get that bread.
Right.
Whether it's $20, $40, $50, $400.
Tell them slide it through the mail slot.
I know where you at.
Right.
Okay, you ain't
Cash App does not require touching.
I need my bread. So that's number one. You got one there, Joy?
Yeah. The next one is, if your man is trying to storm out during a fight, he gonna be right outside. I mean, where's he going? Just open the door and yell at him from there. As a matter of fact, you close the door on him now, so it's not a good idea. So all those times when you decide you're gonna walk away, where you walking? You went upstairs. You ain't going nowhere. So
you ain't going nowhere.
Finish them fights right now.
You can't be mad. So I'm telling you that right now, couples, you got to just do your LMA and stay booed up, because I promise you, it's hard out them streets right now.
Right.
they closing the clubs and all the restaurants. You can't go.
Right. Strippers doing FaceTime stripping.
Yes, it's getting bad. It's hard out there in the streets. Another pro: if your girl has a headache, you can threaten to take her to the hospital and just leave her there. Okay? Okay. All right, I'm going to take you to the hospital.
Right. Oh,
I'll drop you off, though.
You sick? You got a headache? You don't feel like it? Okay, well, let me go drop you at the... Oh, no, you don't want to go? You want? Okay.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
I'm not going to the hospital. I better have to lose a limb to go to the hospital, because I don't know what's on now.
Before anybody comes after my boy, I wrote that one, just so you know. But I also said, and then he wrote this one: if your new boo got her hair and nails done before quarantine, you about to find out what she really looks like. Right now. That's kind of a pro and a con.
Boy.
It just depends.
I asked that on Facebook. I was like, ladies, what are y'all doing now? And surprisingly, I got a lot of responses that said either they're happy they went natural. I got a lot of natural responses. I got a lot of responses. People said they did their own hair. And more people did their own pedicures, but I did not realize.
I did my own hair. This is impressive.
So I was encouraged by the fact that women was like, there were a couple that were like, I got about 3 to 4 weeks, and then it's going to be a problem.
You know what, though? Again, when we talk about like how things are going to change permanently,
right?
I mean, a lot of women go natural after they get pregnant because they can't get a perm while they're pregnant, and that's 9 months. You got a good little teeny weeny afro after that, and they decide to keep going. Right. You could see the same thing now, especially because there's so many more products now than it used to be. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, you definitely can be. Yeah, so fellas, if you got a new boo and she had all her stuff done, understand you should be able to recognize and say, look, you like her for her personality, right?
Right. Say yes. She's standing right next to you.
Yeah, just shake your head up and down. Just like side out and scream right now. If you here's one, and when you sent this over to me, I said I had a Florida Evans moment on this one, because you still got to go to work.
Yeah, some of y'all still
got to go to work.
Damn.
Florida Evans, I just that will never get old. I'm sorry,
that's epic.
That's an epic sound. Hit it one more time for us, Craig.
Damn.
You still have to go to work, and here's the problem, and this is another con that we talked about in terms of going to and from work.
One of the other problems is your kids are home, and they don't seem to know what to do with themselves, and so they look into you. I will tell you this: it is not the parents' job to keep their kids entertained. You better teach them some Simon Says, Mother May I, green light, red light, green light, the quiet game, whatever it takes. Hide and go seek, and just don't look for them. But that's another thing to think about is you guys are all enclosed in a small space. Right. Cabin fever does lead to, divorce court or, murder court, depending on how bad it gets.
So with the kids, like, I thought parents would just, some parents may just like throw the kid the iPad and let them watch YouTube all day. Mm-hmm. That's not what's hot right now?
No, because Baby Shark has had his day. So there are a lot of educational things that you can get off of YouTube, but for those tweens, I'd say 12 to 21, all of them people that's still in your house, especially the folks that have been called back from college, and we're restricting those outings and everything. It's really hard to figure out what do you do, when you've been used to, hanging on the quad. Like, if I think back to my college days, we all sat in huge groups playing spades. Larry knows what I'm talking about, spades up at Georgia Tech, and you can't congregate like that anymore. And so I've heard that there are, because I don't have children, but I've heard that there are arguments in the house around having people over or going to a friend's house because you can't protect them outside of the house. And so there's only so much YouTube and Netflix that you can watch.
And here's the issue, because I have 2 children, and what has helped, the pro has been the video games are now, you can get online with your friends and y'all can play. Mm-hmm. So they're still communicating. They've got the headset, and he's got his television in his room. So that's the pro. So the social part of it hasn't diminished as much. He just can't be in person. The con of that is he's spending a lot of time playing video games, right? So because it's either watching videos or video games, we try to get out, we walk around the neighborhood. We've kind of set up a little home gym where, we try to stay active and do some things. But between, working and doing odd jobs around the house, they spend a lot of time when they're not doing their schoolwork. It's a lot of downtime, and so there's only so much YouTube and Netflix that you can get into. So we watch Hustle and Flow, which was great, by the way. So if you're looking for a series to binge watch, if you haven't watched Hustle and Flow,
I highly recommend it. It's great.
It is great. That's a great series you can jump on. So there's a lot of different
Rhythm
things.
and Flow.
No, it's Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow, isn't that the movie?
No, the rap competition.
Yeah.
Rhythm and Flow.
Hustle and Flow is a movie with Terrence.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. Whoop that. Anyway, Rhythm and Flow.
Rhythm and Flow. I'm sorry, Hustle and Flow was already trademarked. Right. So they went with Rhythm and Flow.
I mean, they're both out there, but
with T.I. and Chance the Rapper and Cardi B. Cardi B's hilarious. Again, she's made for reality TV. That's her niche. So yeah, so check that out.
One last con. You are stuck in the house with your new boo, and one of y'all gotta, make full use of the facilities. This is where the same courtesy flushing that you did in your office comes in handy. Learn to courtesy flush, before, during, and after, because one of y'all gonna be looking at the other one kind of crazy when you come out the bathroom, and it could be either one of y'all. So learn that. It's a great skill.
Yes. I learned this in college. When you go in there, if you with your boo, you turn on the sink water so they don't have to hear it. Okay? And you got to have that poopery. Get the travel poopery. And always have it handy. Put it in your pocket when you're about to slide up in there. Couple spits on the water before you sit down. And that'll take care of all the foolishness, right?
Another thing you do, girls, if you don't want to be obvious with it, just turn the fan on every time you go in the bathroom.
Right.
That way they won't know whether it's a purpose or you just got noise for no reason. Exactly. Turn it on every time. Because you might get surprised and need it and you didn't know you needed it.
Right. And you need the fan and the water because you need all that extra noise because you don't know what happened when you sit down and, some strange noises may
start. Some of y'all cooking things you haven't cooked before.
There's some people doing the opposite.
What?
Like as far as in claiming relationship goals, where like someone is using the bathroom and the other person comes in there and starts a conversation. Oh,
that's your relationship goals?
Yeah.
It's not your relationship. You're not in a relationship then, because that's not a goal. I've been in one for 20 years. That ain't cool. Okay.
I would prefer that my boo not come and talk to me while I'm in the bathroom.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Ever. I'll be out soon. We can talk then.
Just
Yeah.
Just keep that to yourself.
To me, that's right along the lines of these crazy people licking toilet seats and the coronavirus challenge. One of which has come down with coronavirus because, like, what were you thinking?
Why would you do? Okay, we gonna get off track, but that's boo boo right there.
Yeah, that's trash.
That's a challenge. Keep that challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, before we go to our next break, there was a moment of unity that happened just kind of spontaneously over the weekend, and I'm sure you all have probably seen it by now. DNice, DJ DNice from way back in the day. They call me DNice. I mean, he's been in the game for 30 years. Like, he started when he was 17 with BDP. He was the producer of Self-Destruction, that song back in the day. So DNice has been in the game, and he's been in like a celebrity DJ for a long time. He did the second to last, he did Obama's last party at the White House.
Right.
He's done some big things. And then he just decided to do an online club quarantine. He's DJing on Instagram Live. Well, over 100,000 people jumped on there.
I mean, Michelle Obama's in there, Oprah Winfrey's in there, Joe Biden, because you can't leave Uncle Joe out. He's gonna be where we at. But everybody was in there, and it was a movement.
Yes.
Another quick moment for small businesses. I'm seeing a lot of other people try to get into that game right now. Like, I saw Biz Marquee DJing. He had about 5,000 people.
Right.
I saw a few local DJs.
Questlove did it.
Yeah.
DJ Premier did it.
Knows that Tron is
local Atlanta DJ.
Yeah, very much beloved by us. None of them can pull the numbers that DNice is pulling, though, because there is an advantage to being first to market.
Yes.
He got out there. It was his original idea. I mean, there were other people doing little DJ things. He was the first, like nationally known DJ, and he went for so long that you didn't miss it.
8 hours.
8 hours. He didn't reach 100,000 until like the 5th or 6th hour, I believe. So he went hard.
He went hard to play. He was on last night again, but now he's been partnered. He was on Jimmy Fallon. Oprah interviewed him on Instagram, and so now last night he did another one, but this was about getting people to register to vote.
Right.
And they got, when I got off of it, it was about 300,000. Their goal was 50,000. They got to over 300, and so now he's DJ with Purpose. He still had 54 to he ranged when I was on 54 to 65,000 people still watching.
Right.
And he's getting it. So shout out to that. Shout out to DNice for breaking the internet with that. And he's doing it for a cause. He said he's been overwhelmed. I saw his video with Oprah. He said he's been overwhelmed by it because he said when he went to bed, he had 200,000 followers. He wakes up and he's at 1.2 million.
And that's the beauty of like living in your purpose, because you all know, most of y'all know that I'm a life coach.
Right.
And so we talk about finding something that moves you, that drives you, that you would do for free. And he had found something. I mean, of course, he was a paid DJ, but he found something. He just decided, I'm going to do this to help my fellow man out here. What do you call it? Old schooling.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's a whole thing, and it keeps going. Everybody I know was like, y'all in this DNice party, sending the link, like, if you don't follow him now. We in here all night. Oh, he's playing this, he's playing that. And he had a knack for playing the music of whatever celebrity had just joined. Now that took some skill.
He was on a whole other level. He introduced you to songs. He got into a funk set last night. Boy, I was like, stay right there. I was like, just you and your groove. So definitely shout out to DNice. Keep that up. I don't mind the local DJs. You're not gonna get your 150,000.
No, but I rocks with Tron.
It does help. It does help having when I'm cooking dinner or I'm cleaning up and I can put that on and get a DJ set instead of just my regular playlist. It is, and knowing that other people are there and jamming and listening to the same thing. So
you cooking dinner, Ellis?
Oh man, I've been burning.
So remember we said earlier about the courtesy flush. When you're doing number 2, I'm just shout out to Sweet to you. Just remember that when you go, I don't know what you cooking.
Oh, I've been burning and we had our anniversary during the social distancing.
Oh wow!
And I had to cook. I cooked dinners. I had we did some fillets and some some other things. So it's what it is. You make do with what you got, and we celebrated quietly at home. We had other plans, but you make do what you got.
It sounds like it was nice.
Oh yeah, we had a great time.
You didn't have to worry about drinking and driving, which is another pro.
Ooh, boy, we can put that on the pro.
Right, I have boxes of wine at Target, $17.99.
And a con, fellas, you can't say you had to work late in the office because you was at home.
Right.
So all that little extra stuff you used to do to go catch a quick drink with your friends, that's out.
Don't be late to work in your living room. That's not a good look.
For real. We got to hit this quick break, and when we come back, we are going to go straight into our burger beatdown bracket. I hope you have your brackets. I hope you have your favorite burgers. Y'all need to start putting it in the chat room. I see everybody in there. Glenn, Mike Court, Kevin,
Mike Diaz,
Gloria. That's my mom.
Gloria. I'm sorry to call you by your first name.
So she's grown. So everybody that's in there, shout out to everybody that's listening. We also record this for a podcast, so we have to be cognizant of that. People are going to be listening to us later on, so we'll get all that. So make sure you have your favorite burgers ready to go, and when we're going to take this to this break, and we'll see y'all in a minute.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Sweet strawberry icing. You're in Goodwill, and just past that vintage denim jacket you spot miniature donut earrings. You lean in. That's the scent of shopping success. Because at Goodwill, every item you buy funds local job training and more. So bring home those donut earrings and bring home so much good to your community. Goodwill. Bring good home. Brought to you by Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You're 2 for 2 right now. Hey.
I'm supposed to be talking.
We're supposed to be talking.
I'm dancing, but it's Outkast.
And we are back.
So fresh and so clean.
You're listening to Thoughts and Rumors right here on the Real 1100. And we want everything so fresh and so clean during social distancing.
Right.
I see you got a theme going there, Greg.
Appreciate it.
We wiped it down. Now we so fresh and so clean. I am your boy, Silly Thoughts, if you are just joining us. And I am sitting across from the lovely
Joyride.
Your radio voice is much better than mine. I just want to say that for the record. Yeah, I got to work on it. I've been playing around with different voices. And every voice I come up with sounds like I'm that dude that's in the restaurant.
Well, there's a lot.
Right here. Yeah. Come on in. Come on down.
Yeah. And last question I'm gonna tell you: be yourself, because don't worry about trying to voices. Just do you.
Yeah, I sounded too much like a strip club DJ. Not that I've been in a Mom, but come to the stage.
You went to school in Florida.
I did. I did.
We know.
I did. I think it was a class on twerking and stripping.
Right. Glitter diffusion 101.
How to properly use the gun. But we're getting off track. So we came up with this idea when we're trying to plan for this show. We said, okay, it's March. Right. We're starting at the end of March. Typically, March Madness will be starting this weekend, as a matter of fact.
Exactly. One of the other cons of this epidemic is that we don't have the sports we're used to having.
We don't have any sports.
Basically, all sports is canceled for the foreseeable future, unfortunately.
The struggle has been really real. So, especially for a sports fanatic like myself, it's been hard watching. I mean, they've been playing 30 for 30s and reruns and stuff, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And this NBA season was turning out it was going to be great. Like with the LeBron thing and the Kawhi thing and Giannis, it was going to be a great playoff season, and it's completely ruined because of coronavirus. So we decided to come up with our own bracket, but of course we can't come up with teams. We got to come up with something that'll be fun that we all can be a part of.
Right.
Male, female, sports fans and non-sports fans alike.
I don't watch all the sports, but I guarantee you I had most of these.
What's sad is I've had at least one burger from every one of these places on this burger bracket. So just quickly, our 16 teams are McDonald's, Sonic Cookout, Wendy's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, White Castle, and Hardee's. That thick burger is special.
Yup.
Vortex, and then we did, so those are kind of your macro burger, the kind of
franchises,
the more economical burgers. And then on the other side of the bracket, you had your specialty burgers. So we had Atlanta's own Vortex, Steak and Shake, Fat Burger, Red Robin, Flip, In-N-Out. That's a California thing. Slutty Vegan.
Yes,
we threw them in there, and BurgerFi. So those are our brackets. So first off, McDonald's versus Sonic.
So the voting that I saw on Instagram puts a lot of people said McDonald's is not meat. So a lot of people saying Sonic over McDonald's.
That's the same thing I got. So we're gonna move Sonic to the Elite Eight.
All right.
Sonic. All right.
That was hard. I think McDonald's is going down in the first round no matter what.
That was a watch because the Big Mac is nostalgic, but it's not good.
Right. Right.
Sorry about that.
McDonald's for the fries.
McDonald's is all about
I don't
fries.
even know if they'll make it to the final round.
As an aside, though, I think the McDonald's should do something like what Krispy Kreme does. They should have a hot fries now sign in the window. I think they would get a lot more stock to business.
Do you know what kind of diabetes I would have if there was a hot fries sign?
Can we start a campaign? Just put hashtag hot fries now and just keep tagging McDonald's, please.
You want to come back from this crisis? Hot fries.
Hot fries.
Get people out their house.
That would be. I would stop at McDonald's if I'm driving by McDonald's. I see the sign lit up that says hot fries. I'm stopping.
We want
hot fries in the shake.
Creative royalty though. We came up with this.
For real. Yeah. That's why I'm putting it on the radio now, so I could play this back and say I came up with that idea first.
All right. Next up.
Cookout versus Wendy's. Now that's a tough one.
Really? I had an argument over Cookout because I said it was trash. Now I will say the few times that I've been to Cookout over there by Georgia Tech's campus, they did me dirty. I got, how you gonna have fries that's burnt and cold? But then I also had a burger that felt like it wasn't done all the way. But, so I'm not a fan. I'm not a person to go Wendy's, but I did get a lot of love for Cookout. What say you?
I'm gonna go with Wendy's myself. I'm a Wendy's, but I'm a fan as a kid from Wendy's. I grew up, that was our thing. We grew up, I won't say poor, but cash wasn't just around.
It wasn't moving everything around.
So on payday, we would go to Wendy's, and I would be so happy I could get that single with cheese.
You know what?
It was so good.
I also want to give a little bump to Wendy's Twitter account. I know we're only talking about burgers, but Wendy's Twitter account is fire. They started all of the beefs, no pun intended, with all the other restaurants, and that was
whoever's running their social media is really, really good.
Keeps them relevant.
Shout out to Wendy's social media. All right, next up.
Before you go on, I think people just like Cookout because it's cheap.
Yes, and that is. It is inexpensive.
12 things for $3.
Yes, and let me just say this for the record, that there was a vote on social media for Cookout, so I want to give people do like some Cookout, but I think Wendy's is better.
Shout out to Kevin Wyndham, my friend from past life. He went hard for Cookout. He said you could order a hot dog as a side or a corn dog as a side. I don't know where they do that at, but apparently at Cookout. But Wendy's wins. All right, next up we got Burger King and Jack in the Box. Now this was hard for me. So, Wendy's meat has no taste in Cookout. Oh, too late. Sorry, OC. We just saw that comment. It's too late. Wendy's.
OC he like McDonald's too, so he's like, wait a minute,
we questioning you.
He mad at us right now. OC, don't get mad. Just stick with us. But all right, Burger King and Jack in the Box.
Okay, so there's two very different burgers. I think Jack in the Box fries their burgers. Burger King, of course, is the flame broiled. But at least on my timeline, I saw more for Burger King than Jack in the Box.
Yes, I did. And the Whopper still is a fairly good sandwich. Like, they've got all those bacon, all that other extra stuff with the Beef King. Just go get your Whopper. I have tried the Impossible Burger.
I'm down. I rock with the Impossible Burger. It's not bad.
So we're going to go with OC, are you okay with us going with we're going to let OC pick one of these. He's like,
we're gonna leave that open, and we're going to wait for OC. OC, tell us who wins between Burger King and Jack in the Box, since we have disappointed you as yet.
Is Jack in the Box regional?
Jack in the Box. It's kind of regional, though. It is a regional spot. Because I don't think there's a Jack in the Box here in Atlanta.
It's not.
Nah.
Oops.
Nah. So you
pulled
one.
Jack's, but I don't think that's the same place.
No.
Okay, we're going with Burger King.
We're going to go with BK on that one. And then finally on the left side of the bracket, we got White Castle, a.k.a. Crystals.
Hardee's.
And Hardee's.
I don't know why White Castle is in here. I mean, is that real food? I've only ever known about it from Beastie Boys and Harold and Kumar.
Let me say that Harold and Kumar blew White Castles up, though.
Yeah, they did.
They made 3 of them films, didn't they? At least 2, but I think they made 3.
Yeah.
3 Harold and Kumar. That White Castle got blown up. But I would say this. Crystal / White Castle, I think they're the same. People from the Midwest, they get mad at me when I say that, but it's basically the same sandwich. Right. Late night, after a party, you get a sack of them Jones, you get for $5. Man, I'm telling you, they come through strong.
Well, apparently, according to Dr. Erica, Dr. E, good to have you in the building. She said we're going to get it from anybody in the Midwest because apparently White Castle rules in the Lou. And so does Nelly, neither of which is here right now. So, Hardee's wins.
Yeah, we're going with Hardee's. I'm sorry. My boy Paul, he's a Indianapolis native, and he loves White Castles as well. All right, so now we're moving to the right side. We're moving to the heavy hitters. All right, so this is going to be a little bit more deliberation here. Vortex versus Steak and Shake.
Ooh.
I think we got votes online. I'm a Vortex fan, so my votes are Vortex.
I'm the same way. I would say Vortex as well because their burgers are, for me, more upscale, more elevated. If I'm going to pay money to sit down and eat a hamburger, I'd rather go there than Steak and Shake. Steak and Shake to me is only slightly elevated over like Wendy's level quality. I mean, they put it on the little shoestring fries and they put it on a nice plate or whatever, but it's still very limited in what they offer. So for me, Vortex wins that hands down.
OC, I'm so sorry. OC, you got to come in quicker. Have you looked at the bracket?
He won.
Come ahead. He liked Chris. He liked the.
He wasn't gonna win that.
He liked the White Castle.
No, son. No, everybody that likes White Castle loses today.
Okay, next up we got Fat Burger versus Red Robin.
Y'all gotta weigh in on this. I actually didn't get any votes on those two.
We did get a vote. I gotta.
I've never been to either place.
Red Robin's is special. Okay, right. I haven't had Fat Burger, so y'all jump in the chat room.
I like Fat Burger, but
and apparently Fat Burger wasn't. People didn't like it enough because they were closing all over the country. So,
don't they have? You can go to a grocery store and get the frozen patties. I don't know if they're the same as actually going to a Fat Burger.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna roll with
that's regional.
Red Robin.
We're gonna go with Red Robin. Yum.
Yeah.
You get the bottomless fries when you go to Red Robin. When you used to be able to dine in.
You cannot count I counted Wendy's Twitter account, so I guess we can count the fries on Red Robin. Bottomless fries again sounds like diabetes, of which
it adds to the overall experience. True. Back when you used to be able to dine in restaurants.
True.
In 2020. In 2020. Back in 2020 when you used to be able to dine in.
Oh, we got more Red Robin in the drain. James said Red Robin thick AF. Thank you, James.
We love that Red Robin. All right, next up, Flip versus In-N-Out. And I'm going to say this. I don't get the whole In-N-Out burger thing. I really don't. I've had it several times.
Let me die on this hill real quick.
Okay.
In-N-Out. It's trash.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you for saying that.
I have been to In-N-Out in California on multiple occasions.
Yes.
In different restaurants.
Yes.
Trash.
I've been to In-N-Out in Northern California. I've been to In-N-Out in Southern California.
Yes.
I've been to In-N-Out. I think there was one in Vegas. I've gone to one in Vegas.
I went to In-N-Out as soon as they finished cooking the fries. Trash.
The fries taste like cardboard.
I haven't been to either place, but just because of the arrogance of people who were surprised that I haven't been to an In-N-Out, I would not vote for them.
And Flip burgers are special. Now you're going to pay a little bit more. You're going to pay a little bit more because it's a gourmet kind of place. It's by one of the guys that was on Top Chef. But I'm telling you, if you want just a good hamburger, I don't like the fries. I know that's a compliment. We talk about the burger.
Yeah.
But Flip burger, they're special.
Yeah,
we're going to go with Flip on that.
I mean, they're up against trash, so we're going to go with Flip burger. But they would have stood their own anyway. Yeah.
We'll get that. Okay, and then the last in the first round, Slutty Vegan, local, vegetarian, vegan, let's say that, burger, and BurgerFi.
So let me tell you, that is hard for me because I've had Slutty Vegan on multiple occasions, and I've taken my friends to Slutty Vegan when they come in town. And from a vegetarian standpoint, I'm not a vegetarian.
Right.
I'm from Texas. We kill animals and we cook them.
Okay.
And I went in there. I had their I can't remember what it was called. Something about like menage a trois or something. It was some dirty name. I forget, but it was really good. And my friend had one. It was I want to say it was the Impossible meat and then vegan bacon, and that thing was fire, son. She let me get a piece. I can tell you that I could not tell the difference. So specifically because we want to keep the vegans in the game, I'm gonna say Slutty Vegan wins that round.
Okay. I have had BurgerFi on several occasions. I'm gonna make the case for the other side.
Okay.
I love what they do with the bun. They brand the bun with their logo. When they toast it, they brand it with the BurgerFi logo on it. So I think that's kind of a cool thing.
It's cool.
It is a nice mix of fast, kind of fast-ish kind of food. You go up, you order, you walk through, but they do take time, and the burger has good flavor. I have not had Slutty Vegan, so it's going to be a toss-up. It's going to be hard because I've heard great things. I saw the line outside of Slutty Vegan, and I watched the growth from a food truck to a brick-and-mortar store. And
that food truck used to be like Bigfoot. Like, I saw Slutty Vegan over on the south side. Like, but so who you going with? You going with BurgerFi?
I think I'm going to go with Slutty Vegan just the sheer Atlanta love alone. BurgerFi, you can find it other places. You can find a similar burger other places, but you can't find a Slutty Vegan other places.
I think
and
they're
that's why I'm
representing
leaning
very
towards.
well for the vegan option.
Yes. Yeah. So we're going to keep a vegan option in, and we're going to go with the Slutty Vegan. So that's the first round. First round is in the books. We're going to take a quick break and come back and do the Elite 8, the Final 4, and get down to our Burger Beatdown bracket. We will see you in 1 minute right here on Thoughts and Moments, Real 1100 AM.
That's right.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear, because for 75 years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like, if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So be careful out there. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Hey folks, Handsome Josh is here to reveal some big news to all the AM 1100 listeners.
I have an app.
That's right, you can now check out all your favorite programs right here on The Real with the Real 1100 app. Whether it's sports, entertainment, or lifestyle, the Real 1100 definitely has you covered.
So why don't you just tell me how much it's going to cost me?
And here's the best part. It's available in your Google Play or Apple App Store, and it's free to download.
Actually, you can count me in on this one.
So download the Real 1100 app today and stay in tune with The Real.
You're 2 for 3. You're 2 for 3. You lost me with the Neo right here. And we are back.
Hey, maybe Neo lost his boo, you know.
We are back, and you're listening to Thoughts and Moments right here on the Real 1100 AM. So if you're riding around the city, which you shouldn't be, but if you're riding around the city and listening to us, thank you for listening. If you have joined us on Facebook Live, thank you all. And if you're listening to this podcast afterwards, we apologize for being so in the moment, but you'll get the gist of it because we are saying things out loud. So thank you all for downloading the podcast. We are on SoundCloud, but we'll be releasing that link later on.
Yes.
So we'll be letting y'all know how you can see us in multiple places. And we'll also put this live video on YouTube. So
one other thing I want to mention, this is our first show, so we're still getting some kinks lined out, but we also plan to start doing live interviews on the show. So if you have a small business that you'd like to try to pump up, we're exchanging, 15-minute interview for you asking your followers to come and join us. So bring that energy. If you want something you want to talk about, a book you may have written, from anyone who may have written a book recently?
Yes.
Come on through. Just hit us up.
All right, we're here for the Elite 8. We're coming up on. We got 10 minutes left in the show, so we're gonna speed through these.
Yes.
Sonic versus Wendy's. That's a tough one.
Wendy's.
I'm going with Wendy's. I like Wendy's. BK versus Hardee's. Now, OC has already put in the chat room. He's biased towards BK.
He used to work there, but he also said he has not had 100% correct order from them in 5 years.
But was the burger good?
I mean, if the order wasn't correct.
I mean, that's the overall experience.
Okay.
But if the burger was still good.
We got votes coming in for Burger King, though.
I do like that thick burger from Hardee's.
That $6 burger with the purple onion on it, though. The purple onion, y'all.
We're going with the people.
Me personally.
But you really hurt my feelings. This is an upset. Let's call this an upset. Let's call this an upset.
Okay, it's an upset.
It's an upset. BK.
Right? Nobody saw that coming.
Nobody saw BK making it to the Final Four. I sure did.
Right. Okay. Vortex versus Red Robin. What y'all got?
I'm going.
Hey, Nikita.
I'm going Vortex all day.
Yeah.
Vortex is Final Four. But as soon as we put them on the bracket, I was like, that's a Final Four
Vortex is
team.
like #1 seed at the moment.
Flip versus Slutty Vegan.
Ooh. Okay, so at this point, we really need y'all to vote on this. We're going to maybe do the other half of the bracket while this last game gets played. But so is it Flip or is it Slutty Vegan? Because there's only so much repping for the home team that you can do. I need people who have been to Slutty Vegan and been to Flip Burger to let us know which one do y'all have.
Well, some of the hard things that the chat room is having is a lot of them are not in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And Flip is an Atlanta restaurant, and so is Slutty Vegan. So we've got two Atlanta restaurants going up against each other, and so they don't have a frame of reference. So we're going to have to kind of be, basically it's like this. Are you more partial to a vegan, vegetarian type burger that, from what all I've heard, that it tastes very... That's also Atlanta, JB. Vortex is also an Atlanta restaurant.
He's never heard of Vortex. You got to get down. Google it.
So if you're leaning more towards kind of a local, pull yourself up kind of burger, then that is your Slutty Vegan. If you are, and OC, I see you Flip is too bougie.
I mean, he likes Burger King and McDonald's. I love you, OC.
So if you like the gourmet burger, then you're going to lean towards Flip. I'm more partial. I think I love the story behind Slutty Vegan, and people that I know are meat lovers that have tried it have said it's the best vegan burger that
I would agree with that. You know, so again, from the uniqueness, I think, first off, I love the names on their menus because, you know, I got a dirty mind, so I thought it was all great. When you walk in, they're like, oh, you're a virgin slut. I was like, yes, I'm trying to tell people that for years. But, so yeah, I got to rock with Slutty Vegan. Also because the food is really good. They got some kind of sauce they put on everything.
Yeah.
Yo, the sauce itself was phenomenal. And, yeah, I'm going to rock with them. Okay, so we got our Final Four.
Final Four.
Ooh.
Wendy's versus BK, Vortex versus Slutty Vegan.
Okay, so Wendy's versus BK. Who y'all got? I know who I think, but I can't call it.
I'm overall more partial to Wendy's. I'm more partial to Wendy's. I know OC. I know.
His people's already out of it, so
I know.
Oh, good point. Mark said, do people stand in long lines for Flip? They do not. So
they
yeah,
don't.
Slutty Vegan definitely wins that round. Thank you for that late entry. But I think we're gonna have to go with Wendy's.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm with that. I'm sorry.
Wendy's for the West.
If I'm gonna choose a burger, I'm gonna go with Wendy's over BK every time.
Right.
And then Vortex versus Slutty Vegan.
Oh, I love what's been happening so far with the underdog of Slutty Vegan, but they're not beating Vortex.
I think they're out of it. I think they're out. I think the Cinderella story of Slutty Vegan is over, and we're gonna go with Vortex. And if you're not in Atlanta, if you haven't had a Vortex burger, that's one of the spots. When people come to Atlanta and they say they want something that's traditionally Atlantan, that people take them to the Vortex. Because it's a late night. You can go there late at night after the club or whatever, and it's bumping. The one downtown's got a comedy club in the back. It's an experience.
It's a mood. Yes.
We would run 5Ks. Literally, there was a Father's Day 5K. We would run the 5K and then go to the Vortex and put all the calories that we just ran out in the 5K back in, eating a burger and drinking booze.
You know, I did the same thing. I drove past y'all when I was doing that 5K, got my burger and went home and got on the couch.
Yes, so we're definitely going. I gotta say it's Vortex. I'm sorry.
For the win?
For the win.
Wendy's versus Vortex for the win?
Vortex.
Yeah, that hands down. I mean, Vortex kind of had it coming in. They would have won the beat for me. But I do want to give a shout out to Five Guys. They were a dark horse that did not make the
honorable
cut.
mention. Five Guys. What's the one that's in the airport that's Atlanta? And they've got it down near the park, near Piedmont Park. Oh, it's going to hit me, and it's a great. I'm sorry about it, but I'm not going to waste too much of the podcast time on that. But yeah, there's a burger. We forgot BGR. We forgot Five Guys. There's a bunch of burger places
That didn't make the list.
I made some homemade burgers that were good.
Right, and you got to represent for the Eddie Murphy Mama Welfare Bell Pepper Burger that everybody's eating right now because we can't go out to all these places.
Shout out to mamas with that ground beef,
get your ground beef patty,
making them snowball patties because they didn't know how to flatten out them.
Who said it with the white bread with the ketchup,
white bread with
turn into pink dough.
Shout out to the ghetto burgers. So our burger beatdown goes to the Vortex.
Congratulations.
Shout out to the Vortex. If you come to Atlanta, holler at your boy. If we can go back and dine in somewhere again in 2020, I would definitely take you to the Vortex. And matter of fact, and they got a donut burger where the burger is two Krispy Kreme donuts at Vortex.
Didn't we just talk about diabetes?
I'm sorry.
Don't do me like this. But anyway.
I tell you, get like a half of that joint. I'm telling you, it's so special.
So we are winding up the last. We got the play out music.
We got our play out music. So shout outs. I
want to give shout out to the people who have been in the chat room. So Mark, OC, James, Miss Gloria, thank you so much for joining us today. Dr. Erica, Tavika, Larry Love, Nikita, everybody in here. If I missed you, put it on my eyes and not my heart.
Mark, thank you for reminding me. Grindhouse Burgers. That's who we forgot.
Yes.
We forgot Grindhouse, and those burgers are special. Mm-hmm. They are special. We forgot about that. Thank you for that, Mark. I'm going to give, we already gave Larry his shout out. I'm going to give one special shout out to a classmate and a friend of both of ours, Brian Thomas. His family is going through, his father caught coronavirus and his mother's going through pneumonia. And so we're going to lift up his family in our prayers.
We love you,
and
Brian.
we love you all. We want you all to do that. BT. Keep your head up. It sounds like I've been watching the reports on social media, so it seems like they're doing well. But we just want to know that we're thinking about you and you are in our prayers.
You are loved.
And also one more shout out is my man Paul, who sent me this shirt. He used to listen to before when I was on in the mornings, and he sent me a shirt. He was like he wanted to us to shout out his clothing line. So it's proven, it's been since 1980. So I got to be picking a shirt, and I told him I'd wear it on the show.
Can I get one of those? I need a double X, and preferably blue and white would be awesome for Spellman. I would love that. I'll pay for it.
He's got different colors, and so if you're listening to the podcast, we apologize, and I will make sure that I will put it on the list there so you can get in contact with him.
Drop your website in the comments if you're still here.
Yeah, so just shout out to Paul and his clothing line, and I'll put all his information so you can follow him on social media and go get your own proven shirt. So I got this one because it was in FAMU colors, but you can get it in multiple colors. So shout out to him, and thank you for the shirt. So if you want to send us something to try out on the show, we definitely will appreciate that.
Yes.
Greg, any shout outs?
No.
Man, a few words. But again, thank you all for joining us. We are so excited. This was our first show. So we're still working through some of the kinks. Like we forgot our trending topics. Sounder.
we got caught up in the COVID-19. But again, y'all stay safe out there. Thank you for hanging with us for this entire time. We're gonna improve our technical abilities as we go on, and we look forward to growing with y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all are our first class. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ride or die from day one with us, and we really, really appreciate it.
Peace. Thank you all.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting,